Panther people, what's going on? And today I'm talking about the 5 Carolina Panther players I am the most excited to watch play. What's going on? You're watching Panthers Post with Phil Perkins. Thanks for joining. Firstly, I feel like I haven't seen you guys in a very long time. I think it's been about 11 days since my last video. I apologize. It's the summertime. That means wedding season, bachelor party season, and I was just not in the, let's say, state to just ramble on about the Carolina Panthers. Or actually, that might be interesting. Let's save that for the season. Also, happy 26th birthday to Christian McCaffrey. I'm 10 years older than you. Is there a rule that you can't buy a jersey of someone 10 years younger than you or more? I feel like I'm past that prime. So it's going to be Luke Kuechly, Cam Newton, Thomas Davis jerseys from here on out. Also, happy birthday to Sam Darnold, 25 years old. How are you still only 25? Now to the 5 Carolina Panther players that I am the most excited to see play this season, starting with the birthday boy, Christian McCaffrey. Why? Well, we haven't seen him play a lot. I kind of miss him. I think I've seen Christian McCaffrey in more hockey arenas with the Carolina Hurricanes and football stadiums for Charlotte FC, even though it is Bank of America Stadium. But I'm seeing him doing more appearances and wearing more jerseys of other teams than with the Carolina Panthers, it feels like. And it looks like he's just kind of growing up. I'm going to put the elephant in the room. He's 26, but maybe he's wearing the helmet a little too tight. Kind of losing a little bit of the follicles here. And it looks like, this kid who we drafted way back when is aging before our eyes. Not in a bad way. Like, he's only getting more jacked, more quick, more fast. But he's aging as, chronologically, biologically, the guy is getting older. And he's only 26 years old. But, it feels like he was just like 20 yesterday. But because of the last 2 seasons, he's just been hampered with some unlucky injuries. I just want to see the guy play a full season as a contributor to this team and be the back that we all remember, that when this guy has the rock, whether between the tackles, off tackle, as a receiver, as a slot receiver, there's a very good chance he's going to hit a home run. It felt like yesterday that the Panthers were beating up on the Tom Brady-less Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, England. And he had that one catch and run, and he just made guys look silly. And he was so dominant, and you never thought this kid could get hurt. And then boom, for the last 2 seasons, it's been brutal. And just so for him and for the fans, I just hope that he literally bounces back. We know the guy can do yoga and all that stuff on the field. I just hope he does enough conditioning, or maybe, as he said in the offseason, earlier in the offseason, give himself a little bit of time to relax his body a little bit more, not being so hard on himself, live a little bit, and then maybe it actually produces a better season health-wise for him. I'll also say, with another year under his belt with Chuba Hubbard, also the addition of D'Onta Foreman, I think they're going to, take some of the mileage off Christian McCaffrey. He's not going to be participating in the preseason this year. I'd play him at least one game to get it to football speed. But I'm just so excited to see this guy play, and I hope he proves everybody wrong that, he's injury prone. Another guy who just had so much promise, and again, hit by the injury bug in Houston. It seems to be, by the way, that team just seems to be one of the squads that just has the worst juju of all time. All you got to do is go to the New York Times sports section to figure out what I'm talking about. But it's J.C. Horn, who I think honestly could have been the defensive rookie of the year last year. He was showing so much promise. He's just such a big physical corner. Compare him with some of the guys in this year's draft. I think when it comes to just getting off the bus test, the eye test, J.C. Horn passes that more than any of the corners in this year's NFL draft. And so I feel like we were robbed of what could have been a great rookie season. Obviously, it ended up bringing in Stephon Gilmore, which is a nice little thing, but it was kind of, a wasted draft pick because he's still not here, and he's with the Indianapolis Colts. And so it's going to be fun to see J.C. Horn, who's been out there, practicing hard, looking great, sounding great, and, the fact that he's going to hopefully he's young. He's going to bounce right back. And it was a broken foot. And so it's not a ligament. It's not any tendons or anything like that. Bone tends to heal stronger after you break it. And so my hope is that, he's spending some time in the film room, using that rookie year almost like as a redshirt year to watch the reps, watch someone like Stephon Gilmore cook. You got Marcus Mariota with Atlanta Falcons backed up by Desmond Ridder. So I think those are 2 quarterbacks that he could definitely take advantage of. Of course, you got Jameis Winston with the Saints, and, he's kind of a wild card. And then you got Tom Brady, who this year's got to be his last year, right? He's got to fall off some kind of cliff. But that's that one quarterback that I think J.C. Horn can maybe, learn a thing or two. But, hey, maybe he can surprise TB12. Who the Carolina Panthers have been really putting out there on social media, or maybe I'm just seeing what I want to see out of the Carolina Panthers social, but they're trotting Frankie Louvu out there a whole heck of a lot. I know they signed an extension for him, and congrats to him, but he's like a public face of the Carolina Panthers now. Like he's breaking down huddles at practice. He's joining Christian McCaffrey and Brian Burns and Jeremy Chinn as the leaders of this team at Carolina Hurricanes games, just to get the crowd all hyped up. And he's just out living his life doing all that, and the Carolina Panthers just continuously just trotting him out there on social and for public engagements. There's a reason. They must see something that that maybe the Jets didn't see when they didn't sign him to an extension before last year. But his tenacity, the plays that he made last year on defense and on special teams, and now the confidence and knowing that he is being backed by this team, I think that he's just going to absolutely take a gigantic leap forward in his second year with the Carolina Panthers. And I think he's going to be a menace for running backs who are trying to block him off the edge, for offensive linemen, and just for tight ends or whoever who are trying to run routes behind him and Shaq and maybe Jeremy Chinn at times. Maybe sprinkle a little rookie Brandon Smith there too. But I'm just so excited for Frankie Louvu. We all remember that clip last year, or at least you guys. I hope you guys do. Shaq Thompson's trying to hype everybody up. He's hyping each of the linebackers up. Then he goes to Frankie Louvu, and he's just like, I don't need to say anything to you. Linebacker, and Shaq Thompson thinks this guy is crazy. And if you're a linebacker in the NFL, you better be absolutely bonkers. And I love that about him. And so I'm super excited to see Frankie Louvu just terrorize offenses this year. The offensive side of the ball, I know it's kind of like chalk right now, but Ikem Ekwonu. I'm super excited to see this guy do something. Not only, the skill set that he has on the field that he showed at North Carolina State, but how many times you get to see a guy who literally was in the stands wearing the jerseys of guys who are still alive in the stands and then playing for that team. I think he's going to get, a Cam Newton style, maybe not to that level, but of that ilk, welcoming to Bank of America Stadium when they welcome in the Cleveland Browns. I really do feel that the fans, talking about putting Frankie Louvu out there on social, the Panthers do whatever they can to put Ikem Ekwonu out there. Ikem also going to local high schools there in Charlotte, gifting them helmets and all that. So he's already working the area. It's literally his backyard. And so I feel like he's going to get a huge welcome. I hope he has a great training camp, whether he's a starting left tackle or left guard or however they feel, Coach Campy, whoever they feel that he's the best place for him to be. I think he's going to do great. I hope he wears some knee braces, but he's kind of like me. He's kind of got that knock knee situation, and it just freaks me out on an injury side. You're going up against Myles Garrett most likely in week 1, and so I just want his knees to stay healthy. He's such a great personality, and I'm also just real excited, speaking of personality, I'm excited about his post-game press conferences. I think they're going to be amazing. How many left tackles are going to be doing those, pressers with the media? I hope he's out there and just flowing, because that guy can spit. Ugh, you guys haven't seen my child in a while. He's grown a bit. The final player that I'm very excited to see play this year, whether it's in week 1 or week 5 or week 14, it's Matt Corral. And I understand he's gone through, some personal stuff, and I hope that he's okay. Obviously, he's in a great situation with guys like I just mentioned, Christian McCaffrey, Frankie Louvu, and J.C. Horn, and Ikem Ekwonu to surround him with love and make sure he bounces back. But I just think his relationship with Ben McAdoo, I just feel like it could be a match made in heaven potentially. Caveat here that heaven with a rookie quarterback, whatever that might look like. So I'm excited to see whatever Matt Corral brings to the table, maybe in some specific QB situations, but also, heck, if they don't bring in Baker Mayfield, that's going to be a pretty exciting, a low simmer, exciting battle and during training camp. So I'm excited to see what Matt Corral has to bring to the table. Let me know in the comments below. You want to put comments below? Let me know in the comments below which players you are most excited to see play this year. All right, see you guys next week.